Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rebel Rewind. My name's Christopher. With me as always is this fellow over here, Eric.
What's up?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing, Chris?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah. I think again, I think we're continuing to scrape the bottom of the barrel for the Star Wars news though this week, eh? But I don't know. Everything seems to be about I think everything seems to be about David Corenswet lately and Superman, and he seems to be one of our stories. He just seems to be he might even be a bigger fan than us, I think.
Well, I know he knows the lines. I mean,
I know.
And he says that he used to know all the words, and he doesn't know like exactly. But I'm like, dude, that's almost perfect.
Yeah. But we do have, like I said, we scraped the bottom of the barrel. We found some good stories, so we have some stuff to talk about. And then we do have a couple of guests on who, if you guys are following, Star Wars content creators, you may know these faces. That one of them is a good friend of ours. The other one.
Yep.
We haven't really chatted with yet, but we're looking forward to chatting with them. We got the fellas from the Force with Friends podcast. Did I get that right?
Definitely.
I got that right. Yes,
you did get it right. You're scraping.
I gotta switch you guys
as far
over
to the bottom of the barrel as you could. You found the bottom barrel Star Wars podcast and brought it onto yours. So thanks for having us.
I think we're like just below you guys. So.
we equally share the bottom, right?
Okay, yeah. We're not up there. I said to Eric, we're bringing on Will and Kevin, and he thought I meant Will and Grayson from the Determined Focus podcast.
You guys are just,
it's always
they're
good
a little
to be
bit higher up
awesome,
there.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's always good to be mixed up with Will of the Force.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said, the big Will, and we got little Will today. So we're still trying to reach out to those guys. So
he'll answer.
Yeah, he'll answer eventually. They're busy guys though. They've been doing good for themselves. As have you guys. You guys have been talking news and such, and you guys are doing your little. I don't even know. I can't remember what it's called because I'm not a sports fan whatsoever. Your little.
Oh yeah, my bracket.
Match up there.
Yeah, so
your brackets. There you go.
Yeah,
that's going.
Yeah, that's my little movie hobby. I think I was mainly wanting to see like how much people love the prequels out of that, and pretty much it seems like the original trilogy is still gonna take it.
Yeah. No, I've been looking forward to those each time you post those. So
I appreciate it.
But do you guys want to maybe let people know where they can find you, because you guys got your live show as well? Let them know where they can find you guys and watch you guys.
Yeah, so you can find us on the Padawan Pops YouTube channel. We do Force with Friends. It's usually on Fridays or Saturdays. We'll post it. So we film ours and post it, so you can catch it at your leisure over the weekend. Sometimes we'll talk news, but a lot of times we come up with whatever is on our minds within the few days prior to it. We'll come up with a topic and hammer away at it for 30 minutes to an hour, and Skywalking Ryan joins us quite a bit too. So if you join, you'll see the three of us most weeks.
Nice. The trio.
You will not really find me anywhere else. I'm just I don't really do a channel or anything. I just hop on with Will. We talk Star Wars for hours anyway, so he convinced me to do it on screen. So it's all Will. He does all the work.
I was mentioning before, like you guys got the light set up like on point. It looks like you guys are in the same room. So
it's almost like it came out of the same package.
Right? You guys are twins, right?
Exact same lights.
Exact same lights.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, like I mentioned, we've been scraping the bottom of the barrel for some news, but we like to kick things off with our segment that actually Eric came up with this one, the rapid fire segment. So let's jump into that. Rapid fire.
All right, so we do a brief cover of the topics that we're not covering actually today. So I was starting to go through the my Jedi list. So, all right, rapid fire. Iman Esfani has been sharing his lightsaber skills on Instagram. I'm not sure if you guys follow him. He's preparing for his return as Ezra Bridger for Ahsoka season 2. He's pretty brilliant with the lightsaber skills. He's pretty, he's efficient. He does cool stuff. So Andor gets 3 nominations, and this is not from the other story we're going to be covering today, but the 41st Annual Television Critic Association Awards. So these are the TCA Awards, and they also they announced nominees for the second season of Andor, receiving 3 nods for Program of the Year, Outstanding Achievement in Drama, and Individual Achievement in Drama. So
nice,
awesome. There's also some other nominations for him for that show. Finally, since Andor is done, we unfortunately will have to wait for next live action show in Ahsoka season 2 in 2026. The show is currently in production at this moment, but the next animated series to debut will be Star Wars Visions Volume 3, which will debut October 29th, 2025. So that's it for the rapid fire segment for this evening.
I love that.
Yeah,
that is
so
cool.
does the chat. That's one of Patrick's favorites. Hello, y'all. Hey, Patrick.
What's up, Patrick?
Photography.
Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to correct that because, like, we have the Lego, what is it, the Rebuild the Galaxy sequel coming out in September.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's soon.
So that comes before Visions, but yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm looking forward to Visions, though.
Oh, but I didn't even know that there was such a thing called TCA Awards. But that's awesome.
It sounds familiar. What is it? What did you say it stood for?
It's called. Did
it say?
Annual
TCA?
Television Critics Association.
Oh, Television Critics. Yeah. Okay. It sounds familiar. I don't know. I
don't
usually
know any other awards.
Yeah.
I usually just watch like the Oscars or the Emmys or the right, the Grammys, the Junos.
The Dundies. I'm familiar with those.
There you go.
You 3 are like Junos. What are the Junos? Do you guys know what the Junos are? Have you guys heard of them?
No.
Mm-mm.
Is this a Canada thing?
It's a Canada thing. It's our version of the Grammys. So
okay,
now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
There's some good Canadian bands, man. Probably some that you wouldn't have thought about. That's a discussion for another time, though. I think. But let's jump into a couple articles. So Taika Waititi, who's excited for his movie?
Is it ever gonna happen?
Yeah,
I know. So
I don't know what to
Taika
expect from him.
Waititi's Star Wars movie just suffered another setback.
No
so
joke.
I suppose it was going to happen, or maybe this is his way out, perhaps. But Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie just suffered another setback back in May 2020. So like 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, excited viewers learned that the Thor Ragnarok filmmaker was signed up to join the Star Wars galaxy. Since then, though, the whole project seems to have gotten stuck in development hell. Taika is on he's on Taika time. Lucasfilm CEO Kathleen Kennedy quipped at this year's Star Wars celebration. Even Kennedy seemed to acknowledge that it's looking unlikely, though I'm just hoping we can get there. She added, showing more affection than exasperation at the 5-year delay. Sadly, that delay looks set to continue again. So Taika Waititi's Judge Dredd movie means his Star Wars film is pushed back again. So he's I think we already had like 2 Dredd movies, did we not? We had the original, we had the remake with Carl Urban.
Yeah.
This time Taika Waititi's doing it again.
Hmm.
And he's doing it with the writer of Fall Guy and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Drew Pearce. Apparently inspired by the comics. Amusing given Waititi's occasional towards that medium. His I don't even know how to pronounce that word there. Sorry, y'all. The hope is that this will sire a new franchise. We'll see. So I don't know. It's delayed indefinitely, I guess. But what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like Patrick said, are we surprised?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is what Disney does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They've got shareholders to please, right? And it seems like they'll catch some bad press like pretty frequently. So what they do is they announce these like, "Hey, man, would you like to do a Star Wars movie at some point?" Sure. Okay, let's get it to shareholders. But then all of these people take every movie opportunity ahead of what Disney actually has planned, right? Like Lucasfilm has their handful of things ready to go. And then they've got all these guys who have verbalized, okay, hey, I'll do a Star Wars movie. You just let me know when. And I feel like they can just throw that out there to the shareholders, the fans, be like, no, see, look, we've got these big plans, but they're very much distant plans, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was actually looking forward to it though? Like, because I do like Taika Waititi's stuff. Some of it, like Ragnarok was good.
He got some flack with Love and Thunder. It was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it was.
We didn't really know anything. I mean, there even a concept for it?
We didn't know anything at all. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. It's just his comedic take on stuff. I mean, it works, I think, well for Marvel, but I don't think so for Star Wars.
Yeah, he's definitely funny. Yeah,
I just don't feel it.
Yeah. I don't know. My hope is with everything getting delayed, maybe Disney can actually focus on a handful of things, and some things will actually come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get him to come like direct some episodes of shows, which is what you got him in, right? Mandalorian. That's where we first had our Star Wars exposure to him. So just, I mean, quit making these big announcements and just bring in these folks to direct an episode and go from there. That's worked. I mean, keep doing it.
Yeah. Patrick said I was afraid it was going to be an old school of rock comedy style.
They could even get Jack Black.
I mean, why not? His role. Yeah. Reprise his role as
Duke.
What's his name?
The Duke of something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Commissioner Hellgate, but that was Christopher Lloyd. What was his name? I can't even think of his name.
Wasn't it Bomb?
Bombardier.
Bombardier. That's right. Captain Bombardier. That's right. Yeah.
Such a Jack
Captain Bombardier prequel where he's playing in Cantina Band on Tatooine.
I would watch that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about him directing something in the Star Wars universe. I'd have to see, like you said, Will, maybe get him to direct an episode of whatever. Ahsoka season 2's already got their directors, so maybe whatever's after that. So, but give Bryce Dallas Howard a movie already. She's
for real.
Yeah, she's already
got a pretty good track
proven herself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
She loves Star Wars too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Following her in her father's footsteps, right? So, yeah.
Just go ahead and start on my second story for this evening. First story.
After you, sir. First story, yeah.
All right. David Corenswet. Star Wars dreams can come true under James Mangold's most ambitious movie. All right, so we've been hearing a lot about David wanting to join Star Wars. So he's fresh off this positive reception of his iteration of the iconic DC comic superhero Superman. But on an interview with Vanity Fair, the actor admits that there was one role he wanted to play more than the Man of Steel. He made the above statement revealing that his dream role, but admitted that he would also play an X-Wing pilot in the space opera saga. The actor also expressed his admiration for Star Wars franchise during the press interview with James Mangold, and he can make his dream come true of his most ambitious project yet. So David Corenswet recently appeared in the Superman movie with positive reviews, him playing, also bringing in strong numbers to the box office. He has a long future as Star Wars ahead of him. However, the actor also expressed his interest in playing an X-Wing pilot So James Mangold is attached to helm an upcoming movie in the epic space opera franchise, which would be the Explorer: The Dawn of the Jedi. As a result, James Mangold could make Corenswet's dream playing a Jedi come true by casting him in the next movie, in his new movie. So Mangold's also in talks with to direct a Swamp Thing movie. I didn't know that till now.
Yeah.
Since Gunn's work with Corenswet and Superman, the actor could receive a glowing recommendation from the director. Corenswet's performance itself proves that the actor is capable of playing a heroic character, and Mangold could cast him in a Qui-Gon Jinn-esque role for the Star Wars movie. That way, Corenswet could fulfill his dreams of being a Jedi without trying him for a future Star Wars movies. You could just do one movie with him. So James Mangold, also known for his work in Logan and Ford vs. Ferrari, was first announced to be working on the Star Wars film in April 2023. So regarding the project's details about the project is scarce, but he also spoke with his vision for the upcoming movie during an interview with Empire, and it takes place 25,000 years before the episode 4, and it's about the discovery of the Force. Mangold made the above statement, revealing that the movie's timeline and confirming that it would be set in an earlier story in the franchise expansion timeline. Director also shared that he pitched the concept as a Star Wars equivalent of Cecil B. DeMille's 1956 religious drama, The Ten Commandments. That's ambitious right there. As all signs point that Mangold's movie will be the most ambitious Star Wars project and will aim to answer some of the biggest questions. And this is a very interesting topic. However, that would also mean demystifying some of the concepts that fans love. A similar attempt from franchise George Lucas during the prequel trilogy did not land very well with most fans with the midichlorians idea. I'm guessing that's where they're going with this. But as a result, must be careful when telling the stories, Jedi's origin story. So the question is posted here: do you think Corenswet should play in James Mangold's Star Wars movie? I mean, for myself, I'm all for the idea of him being in Star Wars film. So I mean, he's a good actor, and I didn't see Superman yet, but I did watch Twisters.
Excellent. Yeah, he was in Twisters as well. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I love it when people who clearly love Star Wars get to be a part of it. I think that's such a cool thing. I'd be on board with it. I don't know if it was this interview. I saw a clip where they were asking him, like, would you rather reprise your role as Superman or be a Jedi? Mm-hmm. And I mean, he had the guts to say it. Like, I mean, he's on Superman press tour and he's like, I'd rather be a Jedi.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude loves Star Wars. So I think it's so cool when people like that get to be a part of it. So I'd have no issues with that. And I think this is a really fascinating project. I mean, the Dawn of the Jedi thing is probably one of the most interesting things up on the horizon right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Smart of him too. Put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a couple of things on this one. One, I don't know that I've seen anything that he's in, but he's a pretty big name at the moment. So I think for this particular movie, I think all four of us would be super interested in this movie. And odds are all the people that watch all of our channels would be super interested. But like to your casual Star Wars fan, it's like, oh, this is the religious biopic of what happens in Star Wars. I don't know how interested the casual fan is, but you throw Superman in as the leading actor and they're like, hey, I'll go see that. So I'm not always for getting the big name to come into Star Wars because typically it's worked in the opposite way best. But in an instance like this, I think that is probably a really good call. Whether it's him or whoever, they get some kind of splash hire to draw the masses into it, because they've already got us. Like they could cast me as that role, and some Star Wars fan would go watch it. But like you want to get the normal people to come watch it, and it's like, okay, let's get a big name out there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And time frame wise, because I think he said he's tied in to do like another sequel or two with Superman. So by that time, let's say it is one more sequel. he should be done by the time James starts filming this, because the Starfighter's coming out after Mandalorian, so this movie wouldn't come out until like 2029, 2030, maybe.
Yep.
So he's got some time to finish up the Superman stuff too.
Yeah, this is number 3 in the pecking order.
Yeah. So I think he would make a good like Qui-Gon Jinn like mentor Jedi, like the article says. I know a lot of people have been mentioning, because like he mentioned he wants to be an X-wing. That's kind of like adulthood dream, X-wing pilot. And a lot of people have said that Corran Horn from the Legends or whatever. I don't know if he's canon or not, but they could. I think he's Legends, is he not?
Yeah.
Force sensitive, yeah. And he's a pilot. So
the Halcyon name pops up in Kenobi, which is what their name originally was. So that's probably just a little Easter egg, but he's not officially in anything.
But yeah, he was a rebel pilot. And I think he was force sensitive too. So I mean, that could play both ways if he was in a post Rise of Skywalker.
It'd be cool
movie.
Yeah.
So if Patty Jenkins does do her Rogue Squadron, I mean, she should probably get him in it. But I mean, I think a Jedi. Yeah, I know, right? That's another Taika Waititi one, right? Like
losing hope on that one.
Kind of just I know, and that was one I was most excited for too. I think out of all the movies. So because like I remember reading the Rogue Squadron books, playing the game and stuff, and that would be a good movie if she ever does do it. But yeah, as a Jedi, I think he would make a great Jedi. And like I said, like talking to Eric at the beginning of the show, like I think he's probably a bigger fan than all of us here. Like I don't know about you guys, but I can't recite like the movies, like a scene from the movie without watching it. And he did the trench run in his car, you know. So
that is impressive.
Yeah, definitely not all of the scenes. I could not.
Yeah, right. Patrick said, I truly believe Disney is working on something with Manny to reprise his role as a stranger, but keeping it on the down low. Disney has Manny at more cons and press conferences than anyone from the Acolyte.
That's true.
It is true. I never thought about that one. Yeah. Canceled. That ain't though. A1. Room for finger red number 1 more. Yes, always room for one more.
What's up, buddy?
Patrick said, love to see him in a Star Wars project. He's a huge fan. Yeah, like I said, probably bigger fan than all of us, I think. So, but I do agree with what Will said. Like, put the big name out there, and you'd get some butts in the seats, right? Especially if he doesn't mess up the Superman sequel.
Yep.
Right. So, do you guys call ahead and coordinate your background mood lighting, or is it just a Purple Rain kind of night?
We just happen to be in the same mood tonight, I guess. I don't know.
Always coordinated. We are professionals.
Yes.
Now I feel like we got to put on a little bit of Prince now, right?
We're not.
Oh man.
I think Bill Burr is the last off-board casting choice. Maybe, I mean, I thought Bill Burr was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was a great character.
I never would have expected him to be in Star Wars, but I thought he did good. I thought the character was good.
Especially that scene, the last one we see him.
Yes.
He's so good.
Yeah. In season 2 in the in the Imperial lunchroom there.
Yeah.
That's a slept on episode. I think he makes that episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back in some capacity, maybe for the Mandalorian and Grogu.
That would be fun.
I could see that. Yeah.
Right. Or if not that, maybe then the next movie or the Dave Filoni like kind of endgame movie that he's supposed to be doing at some point. So we'll see. But yeah, no, David Corenswet, Star Wars. Give him some sort of Star Wars role. But then also moving on to Ahsoka news. I think Eric, you mentioned Ahsoka in the rapid fire too that they are starting to film. So today is a good day for Anakin Skywalker fans, even though Hayden just canceled a ComicCon in the I think it's in the UK. So sadly for those attending, Hayden Christensen just canceled an upcoming appearance at ComicCon Manchester. But it's actually good news for anyone who loves Anakin Skywalker. Christensen's return as Anakin is already confirmed to be coming in Ahsoka Season 2. That was one of the biggest reveals at Celebration 2025. However, we just got a major update on that return, even if it came in a disappointing way. Per the ComicCon Manchester X account, Hayden Christensen canceled his appearance at ComicCon Manchester because he will be filming, the account shared. Unfortunately, Hayden Christensen has a tight time frame, nighttime film shoots over the weekend of our convention. So interesting because they are shooting Ahsoka right now, and yeah, that's good news. That's good news. I'm all for it because like he's pretty good. Like I don't think he's canceled a convention before, has he? That I know of.
He's very fan friendly for these, right? Like he'll stay hours after the conventions. I know MegaCon kind of goofed him up a couple years ago. I think he was there till like 9 or 10 at night one night, making sure that everybody they oversold got to meet him. So like this isn't like him to do that.
Yeah.
And for the like reference, they quit those at like 5 or 6 o'clock. So he stayed like 3 or 4 hours.
That's crazy. And I was gonna say because like he does this too, and he's very like what was my friend saying? Because I got a friend that works for Fan Expo as a volunteer up here, and she was saying like the reason they put him in a separate room like that, it's not because like he's just like this big star. It's because he's really bad anxiety and stuff around people, like with big crowds and stuff. So like, good on him for coming to these conventions and seeing the fans and stuff with all those issues, right? So
for sure, like
he finds a way to do it. So I know that's exciting news, right? Because Ahsoka is filming now. Eric mentioned Amanis Fondi showed off his moves in a social media clip there as well. So I'm kind of curious what capacity too that he's going to be in this one.
Well, what I was going to say, like for him to cancel a con on short notice like that, what are they filming? You know, I mean, this isn't just some offshoot thing where he could just be like in the volume with whoever on set doing whatever. Like it has to be nighttime.
It's
obviously
there.
Because it's not just up to him, it's up to whoever's with him too. So there's like someone else's schedule going on. So it seems as if it's probably like something pretty consequential for them to just like move heaven and earth to get him there. So, which I know, like I think they film in London anyway. So obviously he's not very far away, but still just a emergency filming at nighttime. It's planned around something big, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, on location, not in the volume.
Hate that for
Ahsoka.
ComicCon Manchester, just taking one for the team.
Yeah. Shooting Ahsoka, I thought the lightsaber,
Ahsoka, I thought.
Yeah.
Ezra's lightsaber.
They use a lightsaber.
Oh man.
Shoot.
Yo, Pop Joe speaking gibberish is my bit. Yes, the slurring. our slurring friend in the chat. He always makes our chat a little more lively, and makes us kind of like what's he trying to say? Good news for Ahsoka, right? Good news, even though he had to cancel, but yeah. I don't know. Like, what do you think they're going with season 2? Like, bringing him back? You think it's just going to be flashbacks? You think it's going to be more like Force Ghost? He's kind of like the embodiment of the father now.
Yeah, it's got to be. I feel like it's going to be Ahsoka based, right? Because it's her story, not his. Yeah. So I feel like whatever it is, it's going to be in supporting her to do whatever task on pretty, you know, with the Mortis gods, and probably Abeloth is probably the big reveal, something like that.
We had those recordings that they said that they have recordings of Ahsoka has of Anakin's training, so maybe we'll get into some of that.
Yeah, I think he does show up as a Force ghost. I think you can't show him for like the last 2 seconds of Ahsoka as a Force ghost and then not have
him in season 2
come back. I feel like they've got to.
Yeah,
at least I hope so.
Yeah, I'm betting it's going to be like a bit of both, like Force ghost talking to Ahsoka, and then flashbacks, because I think isn't Ewan supposed to be, like, he's rumored to be in it as well, right?
That's the rumors.
Sure.
Natalie Portman too rumored.
Yeah. So flashbacks would be cool with those 3.
Yeah,
I'd take it.
Yeah, for sure. I heard Bill Burr on a live podcast saying something about Mayfeld being twins, possibly clones, and then in the replay it was deleted. It was all deleted. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he would actually be a clone, but it's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
A failed clone, perhaps.
He said too much.
Yeah. Or he's leading us on with this.
Yeah, he could be that too.
He's like Star Wars fans. They're gonna fall for anything.
He is a comedian.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So we'll jump on to my second story for this evening. All right, so we were talking about the TCA for a bit, and then now we got Tony Gilroy's Emmy snob for Diego Luna and Genevieve O'Reilly. These performances will be celebrated and discussed for years to come, no doubt about that. With 14 Emmy nominations Tuesday, or the second season of Lucasfilm Andor, the third most ever for a Star Wars show after the second and first season of The Mandalorian, 24 nominations and 15 nominations respectively. You'd think there'd be some cause for celebration. But as Star Wars fans, we are never happy. There are a lot of performances that I wish were recognized. Andor creator Tony Gilroy told Deadline today, before specifying Diego Luna and Genevieve O'Reilly's, there are dozens of performances. The series takes place in the event before the 2016 Rogue One movie, and of course before the original Star Wars Episode 4. Only scores one acting nomination today, that being Forrest Whitaker in guest actor drama for his portrayal of rebel renegade Saw Gerrera. 2 nominations if you count the character voiceover performance by Alan Tudyk, K2SO. Gilroy has been praised by critics and fans for making one of the most sophisticated Star Wars series, even in regards of how it's steeped in granular canon details as well as heavy social political themes, many reflecting the divide between the red and the blue in the era that we live in now. So these aren't great moment to moment performances. Gilroy says about Luna and O'Reilly, the others who were also others who were overlooked by the TV Academy voters. These are epic long-term character studies that they've done over 24 episodes. I think the ultimate victory is that these performances will be celebrated and discussed for years to come. Amen. I feel confident about that. Had Luna been nominated for Best Actor in a Drama Series, history would have been made, as it would have been rep the first time 2 Latino nominees were in the category, including Pedro Pascal for The Last of Us. Gilroy cherishes all the nominations today. He was grateful for the Emmy voter recognizing Luke Hull's production design team in narrative period fantasy 1 hour or more, the Michael Wilkinson's fantasy sci-fi costume team. Both were overlooked during the Andor's first season 1. But there's also a special one for Gilroy, given that he's a musician at heart. His original music and lyrics nomination shared with Nicholas Britell for We Are the Gore, and also there's another one for Welcome to the Rebellion. More Star Wars in the future. Gilroy says that he'll never say never. Gilroy's best title also is working on a Behemoth, a film starring Oscar Isaac, and it's set in the world of film scoring. Searching Searching is kicking the tires at financing it, but it's not official yet. But all in all said, I think they should have gotten some nominations for. Yeah, Genevieve O'Reilly at least, and that was another.
Cassian too, though. Diego Luna.
Clea.
Yeah, Clea.
I think.
Oh yeah, she's good.
Yeah. She was robbed. There was so many actors in here, really to go over, but they should have at least gotten some nominations for these actors. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're just because they're not getting the award, though. I mean, Tony's right. Like, we're going to be talking about these scenes, like the Mon Mothma in the Senate scene. We're going to be talking about that for a long time, I think. But it is unfortunate they kind of got overlooked, I suppose, at the awards.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Genevieve O'Reilly for sure should have got some kind of nomination in all of these things. As far as Diego Luna goes, I love him, but I feel like he was absent from half the season. So I kind of get that as far as he goes. Like when he was there, he was great, but the season was a little like it had a lot of plot points to follow. But I thought Mon Mothma really stood out. I would even say Kyle Soller playing what's his name? Cyril. I thought Cyril he Karn was just incredible. I mean, you talk about a character from start to finish. I think he should have been nominated over Diego Luna, in my opinion, just because like that was such an incredible character told. But yeah, Mon Mothma for sure. That kind of surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think you can go through the show and not find a main character who doesn't deserve some recognition at some point. Just for, I mean, across the board, the acting was just so good. I mean, we're not even talking about Stellan Skarsgård, who just the character of Luthen was so fascinating. I mean, you could take anybody and be like, well, they deserve an award. So yeah, I can get the grief a little bit that maybe there should have been a little bit more of a nod. But like you said, people know. Like I think people know how great it was.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. One said he followed that up with, "What I know about this nerd world you all live in, I just showed up and I did what they told me and people liked it. I'm not aware of your world even though I'm in it now."
That's funny.
Sounds like a very Bill Burr thing to say.
It does.
That's awesome. So we thought, because we kind of were discussing David Corenswet possibly playing a Jedi at some point in the Star Wars universe, potentially in James Mangold's movie, we thought we would rank our top 5 Jedi. So why don't our guests go first? Why don't you go first, and we'll work in a kind of circle here.
Do we have to justify or just say who it is?
I mean, if you want to give a little bit of justification, you can. If you want to just leave it at who it is.
We starting at number 5?
Yeah, we'll start at number 5.
So this one was hard for me. It was all actually hard. Kevin and I have been texting about this for 3 days now on how this should go. But my number 5, I'm going with Ahsoka Tano. I believe she is a Jedi now. Is that the understanding? Like, as after Ahsoka season 1 and her little world between worlds deal, I think we're in that level of understanding now. So I think it's Ahsoka. I mean, she goes toe to toe with Maul, Vader, Balin. Like she's very solid character. She gets a lot of attention from the writers, obviously. I mean, Dave Filoni's gonna make a good character out of Ahsoka. But yeah, I really like Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. Good choice. Kevin?
Number 5. I struggled with number 5 too. I also ended up with Ahsoka. It was between her and Kanan. I was trying to figure out who was at number 5, but yeah, Ahsoka is a character who, initially in the Clone Wars, I didn't care about that much because I was late to the Clone Wars. But man, her story and her arc really picks up and becomes so interesting, and she becomes really an integral character into a lot of stuff. And like at this point, I'm just really excited to see where her character goes. You know, she's one of the few characters left who's been around for a long time, and so I'm really curious as to where her story ends at this point. And so I'm really interested in her right now, so I have her at my 5 spot.
Okay, Eric, how about you? Number 5.
This is a surprise to me, and I didn't think I was going to put this Jedi in this. I mean, because we don't know too much about him, but what I've seen, and I'm going to have to put Master Soul in for my number 5.
Okay.
I was so impressed of his capabilities of a Jedi, his moves, but also his compassion, right? And how he felt about that wording, the daughter, his got her name,
Padawan,
Osha. Was it Osha?
Yeah.
Osha, right?
Yeah, because May was
compassion for her.
Bad one.
Yeah. Did we lose Will? Because like he's all, I don't know, is he blurry on your screen?
No, I'm still here, but my continuity camera went off.
Oh. You're like, Apple, damn you.
Yeah. For whatever reason, it wasn't. I had it plugged in, but then it wasn't going. So I'm just trying to get it to turn back on real quick.
Okay. All good.
I'm still here though. I'm listening.
So
okay.
That's, he's a capable Jedi.
Absolutely.
And just show the compassion. I feel for this character, and I'm going to put him up as number 5.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5, I went with Kit Fisto. He held his own against Palpatine. Not for very long, but he was like the second. He was one before Mace Windu, right? So like that's gotta count for something. And then the Clone Wars, like when they were swimming underwater, man. Like who wouldn't love to be a jacked Jedi like Kit Fisto? Just saying,
That's a good point.
Out of all the alien characters, I think he's the most intriguing looking one, and I'm sure you guys have seen the memes where like you got the little baby from Men in Black, and it's like, oh, this is him growing up, and he's Kit Fisto. So
that's funny,
right?
Yeah, I was always fascinated with Kit Fisto as a kid. I thought he was so cool. So I get that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was really cool as well. I don't know about y'all, but like I had the action figures. I'm sure like I'm speaking to the crowd here as far as action figures go, but judging by the backgrounds. But yeah, definitely was in on Kit Fisto. And then when they did the old school Clone Wars cartoon as well, that made me like even more in for Kit Fisto.
Speak of the devil, the will that Eric thought we were getting on.
That's funny. Yeah.
Is Will stuck in the pocket dimension?
Yes.
Hey,
hey, he's back.
He's back.
I'm back.
Look,
I just needed
the power of the wills.
Diamond Figs to show up and get me started.
It was the power of the wills.
Force dyad of wills.
That's great.
The dyad. That's funny.
There you go.
How bad
is your search history that you blur your screen?
I used to joke about there's like a running joke. I don't know if you've heard it about like Star Wars fan search history, and it's like someone needs to delete all the Star Wars stuff from my search history so my parents think I actually grew up. Like, so if someone finds me dead, delete the search history because it's all Star Wars stuff.
That's all it is. It's funny.
All right. Well, back at you, Will. For number 4.
Number 4. So here was my dilemma for number 4. I feel like you have to have Anakin somewhere. But also at the same time, I feel like if you're just going strictly on his body of work, like as a Jedi, it's a scattered history there. He kind of ended him, but he does come back around, which I think is important. He returns. But just being like my favorite Star Wars character, I had to have him on there. I just don't know if it's as justified as I think it is.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, you do have a point with him redeeming himself in the end and fulfilling the prophecy of the chosen one, right? And bringing balance to the Force. So
yeah, I mean, his last act is a very Jedi act. So
yeah. One said Anakin, where Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that having Anakin on your list, you felt like you needed it. That's one Jedi I didn't put on my list. So
I don't
Yeah,
have
I
him on
mean, I
mine either.
think
Yeah.
it's a top Jedi. He's like a top character, but is
yeah,
he a top
it's tough
Jedi?
not
I
to.
just felt like, it's
Yeah,
hard to get those two on the same page. So I put him at 4
yeah,
just to make sure he made my list.
yeah. That's fair. Kevin, back to you.
All right, 4. I got Kenobi at 4. Kenobi's, I mean, he's just like the stalwart Jedi, right? Like he's like the poster boy for for a Jedi Knight. But his story has just come so full circle with the Kenobi filling in the gaps and seeing how he goes from prequel Kenobi to original trilogy Kenobi. I think they did a really good job with that. He's just such a great example of somebody who persists in trying to do the right thing. And ultimately it pays off, right? Like he plays a pretty big role in things. So he is firmly in my top 5 at number 4.
Nice. Good choice. Eric?
All right, so on number 4, I got Qui-Gon Jinn. The breaks establishment, kind of does the right thing at whatever cost it is. And I think for that definitely one of the reasons why he's definitely on my top 5. Also caring and does the right thing, breaks the rules when it needs to be, when it has to be done, and puts the example for ObiWan. So
it's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so number 4, I went with I didn't go with Qui-Gon. I went with Master Soul. So I bumped him up a level from Eric's. But like for the same reasons, like he does have the qualities of a good Jedi. He has very similar qualities to Qui-Gon Jinn if you look at him. And then his fighting style too. Like, I mean, sure he lied to Osha, but I mean, who hasn't told a little white lie once in a while in their tenure as a Jedi, right? I mean, if you compare him to the killing the younglings like Anakin, then he's kind of slightly above Anakin, maybe, but
slightly.
We'll set that at the bar, murdering all the children.
Yeah, that's the bar. And hiding your relationships with senators.
Yep. Nothing sketchy at all.
No, nothing at all. Master Soul is in my number 4 spot.
Nice.
We go into 3?
Yeah, we'll go to 3.
I've got Kanan Jarus. I think Kanan, I mean, if you watch all the way through Rebels, he is just the picture of coming back around to become the perfect Jedi almost, right? Like, I mean, everything as far as the perfect Jedi Knight by the book. He's got the reluctant Padawan. He's kind of growing in patience as Ezra grows along as a Jedi Padawan. He makes the sacrifice when he needs to. He's a very compelling character, but also he's not so into the whole Jedi legalistic way. I mean, he's got Hera, that is not a Jedi thing there. So he kind of is seeing this fight in the rebellion through the light of, I think, what a Jedi would see it as, given his situation. So I really like Kanan. Well-written character, very well-written character. Maybe one of the best written characters as far as Disney Star Wars goes, I would say.
Yeah. Yep. I wouldn't argue with you on that one.
Yeah. I'd almost put Kanan didn't make my top 5, but he almost did. He does have like one of the most emotional scenes of all of Star Wars. Like, I will give you that for sure. But no, this works out because, and this may annoy some people, I have Ezra at my number 3, the student. Ezra is like the most annoying, like, brat at the beginning of Rebels.
Yeah.
He's insufferable. But I think that's why I like him. Like, you get to clearly see him grow throughout the show, and you see him learn all the right lessons from the good people around him. Like, he learns from Kanan, he learns from Ahsoka, he learns from the Ghost Crew, he interacts with Yoda. He has this lesson. I mean, he goes through so much. He goes to the world between worlds and learns about loss, and then he removes one of the Empire's single greatest assets from the war. I think he's just a character you see grow so much and become what he sees in Kanan, which I think is really cool. So he's a character we still have around, which I'm really excited about. I loved seeing him be the same person in Ahsoka. You know, it's not like the time on Peridia has like jaded him. He's still upbeat, and he's like, the Force is all I need. And I love that. So I love Ezra's arc as a character, how he goes from being really insufferable to like a very, very noble, right? Like a true Jedi. So I really like Ezra.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that his arc is very similar to Luke's in a way, going from the insufferable whiny kid to someone who's very comfortable using the Force and very very knowledgeable. So
similar track.
True.
Eric,
so
number 3.
I have for number 3, I have ObiWan. For all the reasons, he's the perfect example of a Jedi. He stayed faithful, full devotion. He had that faith in the Force, that things were going to go as in the best way possible for Luke, and the faith that he had that he was going to have to do what he had to do, to defeat Anakin. And I just think that even in the original trilogies, that stoic presence, even as an old man, just loved ObiWan, and I think he's up there, my number 3. So,
all right. So for my number 3, I went with QuiGon. So again, taking Eric's characters and bumping him up a peg. But yeah, again, same reasons. Like he was very, like he did what was good, but like even if it meant defying the council and not doing the right thing, he did what he believed in, and it was still arguably being a better Jedi than some of them who followed the code. I mean, I would almost argue he's a better Jedi than Kenobi, but my thoughts, my opinion. Will?
Yeah, number 2, I'm going to Luke Skywalker. I think I had a hard time between 1 and 2 as well, but going Luke Skywalker, you kind of watch someone who it goes the opposite direction of Anakin's story, right? Like not taken from Tatooine. He wants to leave Tatooine, which Anakin did too, but that he wasn't a child at that point. So, but similar, coming from Tatooine, goes off with Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's kind of annoying to start off, and then he faces his own struggles. He faces his own issues with darkness. And then in Return of the Jedi, like it's the most Jedi scene I think we have, right? Where he throws the saber down, redeems Vader. Hard to go against that. And even like as you get into the sequels, even though I know a lot of people don't like Luke in the sequels, and I'm not crazy about it, I'm more indifferent to it than anything, but you see him come around in a very Obi-Wan way. And I think that's very cool. He plots the distraction to make sure the rebels have a fighting chance. So I thought that was a really good tone there. The scene with Yoda is incredible, where Yoda teaches him what it means to actually be the master. And then you see him follow that up. So, I mean, even though I don't like every path that his story may have taken, I like where it lands. So I'm very much on board with Jedi Master Luke Skywalker here at number 2.
Nice.
I like it.
I am I'm going to steal from Eric and Christopher now, because I got Qui-Gon at number 2 in my rankings. I mean, all the things that you guys just said, right? Like Qui-Gon was a guy who the code did not dictate what was necessarily good. I like to look at him as like kind of what the council's lost. what they don't have anymore. You know, he talks about the Force so differently. It's like a spiritual thing. He talks about the will of the Force and the guidance of the Force and listening to the Force. He has a very different relationship with it than the rest of the council, which allows him to trust that he'll end up doing the good thing, the right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not the thing the council would tell him to do. So I love that he kind of represents maybe a part of the council that they've lost in terms of the Jedi. Because it reminds me of the Visions episode, the wedding one. Like, I love that episode because it's like, well, the code says don't do this, but the right thing is clear in that episode, and it's to intervene. And so I feel like that's how Qui-Gon is, right? Like, he doesn't, like, I think he recognizes the code as a good thing, but like ultimately what's good and what's right, that's always going to be his endeavor. So just echoing a lot of the things you guys said, that he's at my number 2 spot.
Nice. Eric?
All right, for my number 2, I've got Anakin. It's powerful and weak at the same time. I mean, there's both flip coins, you know. He's stoic and emotional, and you know, so many things that he was, right, and that opposite for his son. But I think that plays well. I mean, but I think for the reasons that he was such a badass, to be on all honesty, as a Jedi, but at the same time, you know, he had his faults, and that's why he's not number 1.
Yeah,
big fault.
Fair enough.
Big faults. Yeah. So for my number 2, I went with Mace Windu. He stood up to Palpatine and almost beat him.
Yeah.
Had it not been for Anakin, who
the number 2 Jedi.
The number 2 Jedi, right? So, and you know what? He's still out there. He's not dead. I think Mace lives. But yeah, no, he was a very powerful Jedi, very wise, and yeah, pretty much the badass Jedi of them all, in my opinion. So, like I said, like he lasted the longest against Palpatine. If Anakin hadn't intervened, Palpatine wouldn't be here. So, yeah, that's why he's number 2.
I like it.
Me. Now,
so we're at the number 1s now. I'm excited to hear your number 1, Christopher. Okay. I'm so excited to see which way you go. See if you're going to cause controversy or not. So my number 1 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is Obi-Wan to me. I'll see myself out the door now. But Obi-Wan, you watch him and like he does everything right, like by the book. He doesn't. I mean, he gives Qui-Gon the promise to train Anakin, but at the same time, he's not really all that for it beforehand. Like, he sees the issues with it, but he goes through with it. You go through Attack of the Clones, and like he keeps resisting Dooku, and that must have been like a hard thing for him. And Dooku tells him all of the plans of what's going on, and he just keeps pushing through the Clone Wars. He's essentially like being a dad to Anakin and Ahsoka the whole time through their troubles. You get into Revenge of the Sith, even when he's talking to Anakin, like where he's saying, you know, the council's asking you to do this, letting him know that I'm not the one who agrees with what they're doing. So he's even on like a different plane than them, but he's still like towing the Jedi line as well. Like, I'll do what I must when he has to fight Anakin. In Kenobi, I think it adds a lot of layers to him as well that bumps him up my list. And then obviously in A New Hope, you see him finally getting Luke and Leia back together, makes the sacrifice against Vader, and the Death Star blows up because of it. So I think Obi-Wan is your textbook Jedi Master.
That's
fair.
a great argument. I have at my number 1 spot Luke Skywalker. I can't not put Luke there. You know, like, it's part of it is very much bias and nostalgia, right? Like, growing up and this larger than life character who becomes this galactic hero. It's hard for me to put that aside, but even outside of that, like his story and just his path as a hero, you know, probably my favorite scene in all of Star Wars is that throne room scene in Return of the Jedi, right? Where he throws down his saber and, you know, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. I love that without you know, a council without really a lot of teaching. Like, he understands what a Jedi is, and he stands in that place of protection between Palpatine and his father. I love that scene. I think it's just one of the greatest things in cinema I've ever seen. But then even going on, you know, I know a lot of people did not like how Luke was handled in the sequels, which I get. You know, I mean, I think we wanted to see the Luke we've been reading about, a lot of people that they've been reading about in the expanded universe and the legends, but this was later in Luke's life, right? Like, it's not necessarily who he is anymore. And I'm okay with a fallen hero. I didn't like how they got him there, but you know, it's constraints of movie storytelling. It is what it is. But even the way he goes out, like, I think it's fitting for him, right? Kind of like an ObiWan thing, like Will mentioned, his kind of last effort of protection of the people that he cares about. And I don't care that he died from using the Force too much. So there's precedence for that in Legends. So it's not like it's the first time it's happened. It's happened other places. But yeah, I can't not love the character. It's just part of it's the bias and the nostalgia, but also it is just the path that he takes as a hero, and then falters and redeems himself. So
absolutely,
that's mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it same as Kevin, man. A lot of the reasons, like you said, nostalgia reasons. That's the Jedi that I watched as a kid. I admired him. I loved him. You know, it was awesome to see him. You know, and then of course ObiWan. And but for nostalgia reasons and for the fact that he's just awesome. And he sums up a lot of the things that was on my list from the other Jedis. Compassion. He does what he has to do. Caring. Does the right thing. Faith in the Force. Powerful. Emotional, especially in New Hope. But yeah, I mean, and then we got this Jedi Master, you know, Returning to Jedi. Just it's his presence, you know. So that's same as you, Kevin. He's just awesome, man. Just my favorite Jedi. It's number one.
Okay, for number one, I also went with Luke Skywalker. So for many of the same reasons. So Return of the Jedi, the most Jedi act you could do is throwing away your lightsaber and realizing that you almost killed someone and you held back. And I mean, he did that twice, really. He did it in the sequels as well. But yeah, no, that was one of my favorite scenes, and that duel too, like the emotion of like the raised emotion when Vader tells him, you know, I'll turn your sister instead. Like that was probably my favorite duel of all time, mixed with that scene of him redeeming his father. The Mandalorian season 2, where he comes back and saves everyone with fighting those dark troopers, and like that was an amazing hallway scene, right? I would say it's probably equal to, if not better than, Darth Vader's hallway scene in Rogue One. And then the sequels too, like Kevin and Eric said, and Will actually, when he mentioned Luke as your number 2, I think. So people were expecting to see this Luke Skywalker that we got in the expanded universe, but I think that happened in that kind of gap between the original trilogy and the sequels. So I think there's still time to explore that.
Yeah.
And I think the Luke that we got is pretty much on point with how he should be right now. Like it reflects, it mirrors Obi-Wan and Yoda, like the old hermit given up because they failed, right? So there's that. And then, as I mentioned, he stopped himself again. Like, yeah, he had another moment of weakness, but this one was like a split second of like a thought, and he ignited his lightsaber. He didn't like start hacking at Ben Solo in his bed, and then stop himself, right? Like he almost took off his father's arm before he stopped the first time. So I think there's there's showing of improvement there too, right? And then
Anger runs in his
again,
family.
Yeah, I mean it does. He's a Skywalker, right? Like he could have like just let all that Skywalker rage out, right? But and then the at the end, like Will said, like making that sacrifice, very much like Obi-Wan as well, mirroring that, sacrificing yourself so your friends can escape in probably the most Jedi way ever too, like using the Force and not teleporting, but I guess like transponding, I don't know. Projection,
Force projection. Yeah.
Force projection.
Projecting yourself across the galaxy, which that's the most powerful thing I think we've seen a Jedi do in canon, to my knowledge, or at least on screen, anyways. So
on screen for sure.
Yeah,
on screen for sure. Yeah. So greatest Jedi ever, I think, and he's still a Force ghost, so we can see. I don't know if we'll get any more Force ghost stories with Luke, but he's a Force ghost still, right? And if they did want to do like comics and stuff, so
I don't think we'll see much Mark Hamill Luke anymore, but I
don't think so.
No.
I'm hoping Sebastian
I think we still see
Stan.
Luke. Yeah, even animated, like I think there's a lot to be told about the greatest Jedi, right? I mean, he is Star Wars.
Well, second greatest in your book.
Well, you know, I'll go with the majority here. Y'all are too mainstream. You pick the main character.
Grievous should be number 4. I mean, just count his lightsabers.
Yeah.
He was a Jedi somewhere down the line, right? Yeah, I mean,
if you just go by sheer lightsaber volume,
he was trained by a former Jedi, which true. I'm surprised nobody put Dooku on their list. Dooku was almost on my list.
I did think pretty heavily about Dooku.
Yeah,
I love the stuff we get of him in Tales of the Jedi. That was really good.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that who you were thinking I was going to put on my number 1 there, Will? Because you said you were going to wait and see.
I thought you might have Rey Skywalker on there. I didn't know.
No.
You support Rey? I didn't know.
I do support Rey. Yeah. I don't think she's better than Luke though.
She's not in that zip code. I also just wanted to note, I went to the Star Wars Galactic map. He projected himself halfway across the galaxy from
there you go.
Octo to Crate.
Octo.
So I think that leaves room for Obi-Wan to still be number 1 because he only projected halfway across the galaxy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, had he projected all the way to
clearly that would have been different.
Drongar, let's talk about it. But I mean, he only went to Crate halfway across the galaxy.
Will's like that's the least impressive amount. Like that's
that's a couple zip codes over,
right? That's
man.
like East Coast or West Coast, whatever. But thank you guys for coming on and chatting with us and giving us your opinion on.
Thanks for having us on. It was
Star
fun.
Wars news.
A lot of fun.
You guys want to let people know where they can find you one more time, where they can watch your show?
Yeah, we're on the Padawan Pops YouTube channel. This weekend, we're talking a live action Clone Wars. So if you're interested in that, hop in as we kind of do some fan fiction wish list type stuff on that. And hopefully we'll see y'all then. And then next week we'll see you guys, or at least Christopher, thinking maybe we should talk what an animated Luke Skywalker show would look like. I don't know. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Talk everyone's favorite Jedi.
Yeah, almost
Rey Skywalker. Hey, you gotta get those numbers up.
Controversy is good for business.
Controversy. It is, right?
Rage
controversy
clicked.
and sex. So but thanks everyone in the chat for watching, and we'll see everyone in the next episode.